Hello guys, this is my video review of the final MIUI V4.1 build for the Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch on Sprint. So here we go. Let's dive into it. The developer who does this is Avalanche, something like that. I don't know. It's Avalanche. I really don't know how to say it, but I know I'm saying that wrong, but yeah. He builds this pretty often, but yeah. There's going to be 3 parts to this review. The actual review itself, the comparison to other MIUI V4 phones, or V4.1 phones, because I have a Galaxy Nexus with the same, not same, but close to the same build. It's still 4.1, but it's an older 4.1 build. So, yeah, kind of sucks. So yeah. Alright guys, let's get to it. This is the lock screen. And so yeah, this is the lock screen. You can go to phone, camera, messaging, unlock. If you double tap it, it'll bring up music, which you can play songs. And if you swipe down, it'll unlock. So yeah. So now let's talk about the features or the applications this ROM comes with. So here you go. We have the dialer, which is standard MIUI dialer. We have the contacts application, which features all my contacts and groups and favorites. Then we have messaging, which I want to show you the keyboard that comes with this ROM. It's actually quite nice. This keyboard is actually extremely cool. I've never seen this keyboard before I installed this build, and I googled it and I tried to get it on my Galaxy Nexus. It didn't work out very well. The theming was off on the Galaxy Nexus. I really don't know why, but yeah, it still worked on the Galaxy Nexus. So yeah, that's the messaging application. You can add a message, do whatever. And yeah. Then this is your browser, which features bookmarks, yellow pages, and history. This is your tab management. You can add a new tab. You can add as many tabs as you want. And yeah, you can close out tabs just by swiping them up, and they'll close. This is the bookmarks, or this is your home button. This is your forward, this is your back button, this is your address bar, this is your Google bar, or search bar, refresh button, and yeah, whatever. So yeah, those are some of the core applications. Now let's talk about tools. So you have a clock application, which features world clock, alarms, stopwatch, timer, and those are core applications right there. Or core, that's the clock application, my bad. Then you have a new MIUI calculator, which just came in with a different build. It has a scientific mode as well, and basic mode. You have a pretty fancy sound recorder, although I wish it recorded in MP3 format, which it would be nice. Then you have your torch, which turns on your flashlight. And then you have your compass. I would show you my compass, but it gives you the exact longitude and latitude of where I live, and I really wouldn't want to do that. You have your downloads. You have feedback, which you have to have a Xiaomi account to use. You have your notes application, so you can come in here and start typing a note, and then back, and it's right there. And you can press and hold it, and pull it down to the trash can to delete it. And then you have your updater, which doesn't work in this build. Valentine, stop! Sorry, my dog. She keeps on barking. But, yeah. So then let's talk about the music application. This is a pretty nice music application. You can click up there to shuffle. I currently don't have any songs on this phone. so I can't really show you, but you can auto-download lyrics, a lot of different features in this music player, and yeah, it's pretty nice. And then let's scroll over. This is your calendar applications, typical ice cream sandwich, jelly bean calendar. This is your themed email application. I don't have an email set up because I use Gmail. Then this is your file explorer. It basically gives you a general idea of everything on your file explorer. Then you have the actual storage. Then you have My Drive, which is your MIUI cloud storage, basically. We have Google Now integration, which is stock with Jelly Bean Play Store. And let me tell you about this folder, because there is a bug in CyanogenMod 10 for this device, which is what this is based off of. It's called the audio sound bug. Basically, what it does, or what it is basically the sound isn't all that loud. It basically doesn't project and isn't as loud as TouchWiz based ROMs or even CM9 based ROMs. It's a weird bug, and the way you can fix it right now is by going over into music. There should be an equalizer. Okay, but you have to set the equalizer to treble booster mode, and then it'll fix it. But he ended up integrating acid sound music and Dolby Digital audio to see if he could fix it himself. It helps a little bit, and I'm not gonna lie, it does help, but it isn't as strong as tones as in the TouchWiz based ROMs. So here we go. We have the Security Center, which I don't know if that's a typo or anything, or it could be just UK English or English United Kingdom format. I don't know. But you have antivirus, you have monitor, you have security, you have a backup, you have your firewall, you have LBE guard, which is permissions manager. So if you go into here, before you can do anything root, you have to come in here and turn on root manager. If you do not, it will not let you use root. And yeah, it's pretty annoying, and every time you want to use root, you have to go through 5 different screens in order to use root. Then you have the app control, which basically you can kill apps from on boot up, so basically it won't let them start up when the phone starts up. So yeah. Then you have your Gtalk and your news and weather, which is the same news and weather as AOSP based ROMs. You have your maps, you have YouTube. Maps and YouTube don't come with the ROM. I had to download them. And yeah, it comes with the AOSP camera and gallery. It's actually 4.2 gallery and camera, but it still works. So let's go into the settings. So in MIUI you have common settings and full settings. Common settings just has a bunch of different settings, and you can actually remove them if you want. Let's say you don't want that there, and you can remove it, and it'll autofill with a different one, with a different setting. So in this settings panel, you have mobile networks. You can system select, automatic roaming, you have access point names, all that. You have Wi-Fi settings. You have Bluetooth. Go to more settings. You have 4G. 4G does work in this ROM. It works pretty nice. It isn't as fast as TouchWiz based ROM 4G, but that's expected with all AOSP based ROMs. So yeah. And then you have display settings, which you can change the brightness level, you change the wallpaper, launcher settings, font size. Launcher settings are pretty nice. You have transition effects, classic no overshoot, crossfade, tumbling, page, cascading, rotation, 3D cube. I like the stock one, and I like to have my wallpaper scroll type center to where it centers the picture and does not scroll the wallpaper. And then grid format, you can do 4.4 or 4.5 or 4x5. Auto rotate screen. Font size, I usually put on small, but it doesn't look good on my UI. Sleep, and prevent misuse. So basically, when the power button is pressed, it'll check the proximity sensor, and if the proximity sensor detects something in front of it, it will not unlock the phone. So if it's in your pocket, it will not turn on. So yeah, you have volume settings, silent, just standard settings right here. Status bar settings. You have page and compact. So let's talk about the status bar. This is your status bar, and you can pull it down, and it has your notifications. You can swipe to the right, and you get toggles. You can put any toggle up here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 9, or no, 8, no. Whatever, math. You have some toggles up there you can do. And yeah, so you have a shortcut settings as well. And sorry, I'm just really not a good day for me. I wanted to push out this review because I haven't really done anything on YouTube in a while, and I have a headache, and I'm about to pass out, and all this other crap. So sorry if I have a lot of brain farts. So yeah, if you have a brightness slider on here, you click this, it'll bring you to your calendar app, and yeah, it's your toggles. Now, if you have a notification, it'll automatically default you to notifications. So let's say I pull it down, see how it didn't bring me to toggles. Well, if screencast wasn't there, it would automatically put me into my toggles. Turn that brightness up just a tad bit more. There we go. So yeah. So back into status bar settings, you have compact mode, which basically takes the page and puts it into this row down here, around here. So yeah. Customize toggles, you can change toggles. Status bar notifications, this is enabled by default to where it'll actually hide all notifications besides the ones that are in the system, or besides ones that are pushed by system apps. There we go. So yeah, sorry about that. I had to reply to a text message. Okay, so I turned it off because I would like to see my notifications. It'd be really nice too. You can show screenshot info. You can show network speed, so it'll always have like a little network speed up there. Traffic info, same thing. Security and privacy, screen security, screen lock. You have many. You have slide, face unlock, pattern, pin, password. And yeah. You can encrypt the phone, unknown sources, stuff like that. Location-based services, same thing. Battery, same battery usage. I've been going on 7 hours with screen time of an hour, around there. And that's okay battery life. Well, I just flashed this ROM today, and yeah. Then you have your buttons options. Where I like this one where you can long press the back key to close the app, and you can choose how long of a delay. So if you want to press it for 1.5 seconds, it'll basically wait 1.5 seconds to close the app. I thought that was pretty cool. And that's really all there is different about the MIUI ROM, at least in settings. So, one of the main features of this ROM is the theming application. I tried to download I've downloaded this offline, or on a different website, a MIUI V5 theme, but when I go to apply it, it says I need a Xiaomi account, which I don't really want to log into because when it does, it's just constantly syncing. But come in here, and you can download a lot of different themes and just customize, and you can even mix up the themes. Like, let's say you just want the dialer theme, you can do that, and it'll be cool. So yeah, that's the theming portion of this ROM, and really that's about all there is in the ROM. Oh yeah, I forgot, this is your edit mode. I don't think I showed you this already, but this is your edit mode where you can add widgets, and yeah, and then you can swipe across the widgets down here, and it'll It's like TouchWiz 4 widget adding style, and there's a lot of misconceptions about the MIUI ROM, because if you go to preview, they think you can only add 9 home screens. They never thought to swipe over. You can actually add as many as you want. As many as you want. Without having to... Yeah, people always think you can only add 9. But you can add as many. You can go up to 100. It would probably lag, but you can go up to 100 if you wanted. And another misconception about MIUI is that people say they made MIUI to compare and copy and look like iOS. Yes, this does look like iOS, I'm not gonna lie. It does resemble iOS with no app drawer and all that, but it's not intended to look like iOS. This ROM was made to give you something different with the Android operating system. It was meant to change the entire way of Android and just have something different for once, instead of, CyanogenMod and all the ROMs based off of AOSP and all this other, look-alike ROMs that have all the same features. MIUI just wanted to make something different. And I hate it when people say, oh, they made MIUI to look like iOS, and the reviewers of MIUI saying the reviewers that people to review MIUI say that they made it to look like iOS. And I'm just like, no. You are a failure. I know I just failed on that. But, yeah. It's just its own unique UI. It's really nice, and it's something different for Android. Alright, guys. This is the end of the review. I'll talk to you guys later.